However, before falling, the hunter grabs Ji-hyung's leg, who quickly reacts by attacking to cut off his hand. But Ju-gwang, while hanging and about to fall into the world of the red portal, is struck by the energy coming from that place. Immediately, he uses his poison power, sending a lethal toxin throughout Ji-hyung's body. This leaves him motionless for a few seconds, which the hunter takes advantage of. As he begins to exit the portal, he wonders if he came from a place like that, referring to the world inside the red portal. Additionally, after coming out, he shouts in amazement that this is incredible and now understands why he is so strong. He acknowledges him as the most formidable funster of all his opponents, even as he attacks him with fury. He breaks the wall with ease, throwing him a considerable distance. However, the attack doesn't end there. Ju-gwang, with a voice full of determination, declares that, because of what happened, he will be the first to feel the effect of his special poison. With surprising speed, he leaps and embeds his hand, full of toxins, into the monster's chest. Moreover, he explains that his special poison combines all the world's poisons, intoxicating every cell of Ju-gwang and making them explode brutally. At that moment, the hunter asks how it feels and questions whether he still has the ability to fight. At the same time, he reveals that Ji-hyung is motionless, but soon receives the energy from the red portals, which allows him to move and attack Ju-gwang with renewed strength. That attack causes the man to stagger, and as he does, he reflects on what is happening. He feels an emotion that reminds him of the taste of a sweet he tried for the first time as a child. It's a warm and familiar sensation, evoking the distant memories. In that instant, he also remembers his father's smile and how, in his first fight, he experienced not only the harshness of battle, but also the euphoria of his first victory. With that victory fresh in his mind, he advances to the second, third, and fourth, knowing that each one lost its value until he reached 1 billion victories. However, in the midst of his reflection, he is struck. That feeling, that blow, becomes something much greater than all the victories he could count. It's a sensation that surpasses everything he has experienced so far, and he wonders what that strange yet powerful feeling is. At that moment, he activates his power, unleashing a tornado of poison that destroys everything in its path, while his mind focuses on understanding that at the center of the tornado are Ju-gwang and Ji-hyung. Both begin to disintegrate, being consumed by the poisonous whirl. Their bodies disintegrate, slowly fading into the air as the storm continues its relentless course. The hunter's action makes him recall a moment from the past, when a woman confessed to him, declaring that she loved him. However, he appeared thoughtful at the time and reflects deeply, questioning what love truly is. Revealing shortly after that he was in a room full of concubines, a place that, despite its apparent splendor, seemed devoid of meaning. The woman lying beside him breaks the silence with a soft laugh as she slowly gets up. She expresses her emotions and, with tears starting to run down her face, declares with a voice full of conviction that someday he will also know what love is, hinting at her own understanding of the feeling. It is at that precise moment that the hunter has a revelation. His mind clears and everything begins to make sense. The tension shifts to the whirlwind surrounding them, where both beings, trapped in chaos, start to fuse in an inexplicable way. Each passing second unites them more deeply, their bodies intertwining as the energies from the red portals accelerate the process. The fusions not only connects their bodies, but also their memories and emotions. They share intimate recollections and, for the first time, smile with a complicity that transcends the physical. However, destiny has other plans. A part of the building, thrown into the air by the creation of the tornado, begins to descend with force. The impact is devastating. The fused bodies are destroyed, and what remains of them are mere pieces of flesh scattered across the battlefield. Meanwhile, in a quieter corner, Ji-hyung's mother watches the scene. Her recovery is progressing slowly, and although she is clearly moved by her son's battle, she is much calmer than the last time she saw him. Now with Yeju, Tae-soo's friend, she observes, somewhat frightened, how the young man who accompanied her was injured, with marks showing recent suffering. Concerned, she runs toward him and with a trembling voice, asks if he is aware of how much she has worried about him. Her words are both a reproach and a show of affection, but Taisu's response surprises her. With a lost look, he calls her by name and asks her, in a tone mixing confusion and despair, why they ended up this way. As he speaks, his mind seems to rewind to blurry memories of his childhood, moments that left a deep mark on him. The weight of those memories traps him, and in the present, Yeju embraces him in an attempt to comfort him. It's a warm, desperate hug, as if she were trying to hold him while he, with a choked voice, confesses that he only wanted to be loved, that he had always longed for something so simple and yet adultive. At another moment in the day, Taesu recalls fragments of his past, disordered images of when his world shattered, saying that outside, under a vast and clear sky, he wondered if he was hiding inside his mother's closet or if that was just an illusion his mind created to protect him. Meanwhile, in front of him, under that same sky's light, the mocking gaze of an unknown person pierces his soul. That expression, so cruel and disdainful, marked the beginning of his descent into the abyss of suffering. Yeju cannot hold back her tears and begins to cry, feeling deep empathy for Taesu's pain. However, something startles her. She notices someone else is approaching. With her heart rending, she looks up, and upon seeing a figure slowly approaching, she cannot help but wonder, with a mix of unease and curiosity, who is she?
And with that, we've reached the end of this week's chapter. If you made it all the way to the end, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this chapter in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so our community can keep growing and we can reach more fans like you. See you in the next video. In the meantime, if you're from the near future, I'll leave you the next chapter and a comic you're sure to enjoy. Thank you for being part of this adventure.